Okay, Leon, I'm back. Just having a little bit of trouble learning how to do this video stuff. I think I ended up uploading one video 2 times because I couldn't find it, and I thought maybe I didn't load it or maybe it didn't go through. So just learning curves, and so maybe I need you over here teaching me how to do this because you probably know more about it than I do. So I had my snack. I had cocoa covered olives. They are yummy, healthy, and so I didn't eat too many. So stop and have a snack when you need one. Be sure you keep your water. I've got my drink still. And Kitty has brought me her toy. So while the video was loading, I played toy with Kitty. And now I'm on to your math. So today we have addition strategies, and it's called the identity property. Now the problems that I have circled for you, I know that you know them pretty much, but I want you to, the focus today is not so much the problems, but the identity property. So the identity property is when one add-in is added to 0, what is true about the sum. So if you add an add-ins are the two things you add together, like 2 plus 3. Those are the add-ins. Put them together, 5 is the sum. These are add-ins, this is the sum. So you have 2 add-ins on every adding problem, something plus something. And so if you are, somebody just texted me something, so sorry for the interruption. If you are adding an add-in to 0, if one of the add-ins is 0, then you are going to not change the other add-in. It's called the identity principle. It's simple, you've already known it, but I just need you to know what it's called. So this is an add-in. You need to know that this is also an add-in. You have 2 add-ins when you're doing an add-in problem. They are both called add-ins. The answer is called the sum. So let's repeat that. Add-in, add-in, sum. Add-in, add-in, sum. That's the parts of an addition problem. When 0 is one of the add-ins, the answer will always be the other add-in. That's known as the identity principle, identity property. And it seems like it's not very important right now because it's so simple, but later on in math, we're going to come back to it, and it's going to help you even in algebra. So the identity property means that you can add something to 0 and it will be itself. 1 plus 0 is 1. 3 plus 0 is 3. 1,000 plus 0 is 1,000. It's called the identity property. So on the front page, I want you to do the ones that I have circled. It's just an addition review. And then I want you to go down to number 14 with me right now. Number 14, it's green and blue. It says write an addition fact for the picture. So you see part of it is blue, so what add-in would that represent? Well, there's 3 squares that are blue, so it's going to be 3. And what are the green squares going to be? If you're really on your tippy toes, you know this is a 10 frame, so there's 10 in all. So what's the other part? If you want to do it the old way, count them and figure it out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or you can just figure out what the missing add-in is. 3 plus 7 is 10. The next one is just the same. How many orange ones are there? 2 plus what makes 10? 2 plus 8. Very easy. On the bottom, it's got hops. And it's the same thing as a 10 frame. It's just a different way to look at it. So if you took a hop of 5, so I'm going to write down 5, how many more do you need to jump till you get to 10? Well, let's count and see. So to 6 is 1, to 7 is 2, 3 is 8, 4 is 9, 5 is 10. So I had to jump 5 more hops to get to 10 because 5 plus 5 is 10. On the next one, see if you can do it by yourself. The first one is they hopped all the way to 6. How many more hops do they need to get to 10? All right, I did it. Did you? 6 plus 4 is 10. What is the identity property? Anything added to 0 will be itself. anything added to 0 will be itself. Okay, that's called the what? Identity property. Let's keep going. All right, it says use a strategy to solve. These, you don't need a strategy because you have memorized these. Write the answers down only to the ones that I circled. And I let you off kind of easy today because I know that you know this, and so you really don't have much math today. So you got out kind of easy. But there's another page. So pause it if you need to while you finish those. Have Mama check it. Put an X on the ones you do wrong. You shouldn't have any wrong. You should know all of that. The next one is called the zero property, and it is for subtraction. So on subtraction, we need to know the parts of a subtraction problem. The first number is called the minuend. The next number is called the subtrahend. And the answer is called the difference. The difference between two numbers comes when we subtract them. We can find the difference between 5 and 3 if we subtract it. 5 minus 3 is 2. The difference is 2. 5 is 2 bigger than 3. That's the difference between them. That's why the answer is called the difference. What is the difference between these two numbers? The way you actually look at it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. You mark them out where they're the same. All right, so they're the same right there, but how many more did 5 have? It had a difference of 2. So that's what you're doing when you're subtracting. Well, the zero property says if you subtract anything, 0 from anything, what happens? 10 minus 0 equals 10. The minuend stays the same because you're not actually taking anything away. You just need to know the definition. The zero property of subtraction says taking 0 away leaves it the same as the minuend. It doesn't change. Nothing changes. The zero property of subtraction says nothing changes. All right, then it says count back 1. So 1, count back, that's on number 1, you're doing zero property. On number 2, you're counting back 1. So if you count back 1 from 1, what do you have? 0. If you're on a number line and you step back 1 space, if you're at 7 and you step back 1, what do you have? I'm going pretty quickly because I know you know this. You have 6. If you're at 5 on the number line and you step back 1, what do you have? 4. All right, now you're going to count back 2. So I want you to fill out the whole box. I'm going to fill out my whole box and we'll see if you get it. 4, step back 2. 3, step back 2. Excuse me, 6, step back 2. All right, does yours look like this? Okay, good to go. All right, do the subtraction problems that I've circled. I just wanted you to do it for a review. And on the rest of the page, you just have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 20. The rest of them, I don't think you need them. It's practicing with zero property, but it's so simple, I don't think you need it. If you look at the back page, the only thing I circled on the back was time to review. You need to review what is the word for 11, what is the word for 15. Just a quick review, just make sure that you know your words. And that's all you have to do today. So that's really easy for math. There's not a lot to learn, but we learned the identity property. Does that go with addition or subtraction? Identity property goes with addition. It says any number added to 0 will stay the same. The zero property of subtraction says any number subtracted from 0. 0 subtracted from any number remains the same. 0 subtracted from any number remains the same. 7 minus 0 remains 7. So it's called zero property of subtraction, identity principle property of addition. So see if you can just memorize those, keep those in your head. And today you have a speed drill and you need to practice on, and I forgot to send you the multiplication tables. You can write them down though. I can bring them to you later on today. Study the 7 and 8. You should be done with 6. You should be moving on to 7 and 8. So see if you can memorize those and do your speed drill, zippity fast. I think I also forgot to send y'all charts to graph it. So I don't know how you're going to graph it today, but you could just take a piece of paper. Where's my board? And you could just do like this. You could label it Monday, just abbreviate it. Tuesday, just abbreviate it. What comes at the end of abbreviation? Periods. Wednesday, abbreviate it. Thursday, abbreviate it. Alright, so on Monday, if you got 20 done, you could put 20. And then if you did 22, you would put 22. Maybe you got 18 on Wednesday, and maybe you got 26 on Thursday. So you could just write them down. And it's not as good a picture as a graph, but it's a way for you to keep up with it. So you need to keep up with it, okay? So write it down every day so you can see if you're improving, because the goal is what? To get better. All right, I'm going to stop recording and upload this video, and I will be back with, y'all got to do numbers writing, and then we're going to have geography today, and we're going to have science. So we're going to see how that goes. I'm going to try something a little different on the geography, and I'll see if I can get it accomplished. And then science, it'll be pretty easy. All right, so I'll see you in a minute.